Hello, my name is Anna, and I'm going to present a joint work about enforcing consistency in microservice architecture through event-based constraints. Individual components in microservice applications are designed to operate autonomously. However, they usually depend on each other to provide certain functionalities. And many applications employ the database per service pattern, where each microservice encapsulates its own state. Other services cannot directly access the data, but, for example, hold their own copy that is eventually consistent. And one of the communication mechanisms that is used to propagate such changes in the state are asynchronous events. And by using the event-driven communication and decentralizing the state, microservice applications give up on strong consistency guarantees in order to achieve higher availability. And in order to compensate this weak consistency, developers tend to rely on explicit solutions implemented directly in the application layer. The challenge here is that this logic often consists of ad hoc encodings and gives very little support to reason about data correctness and application invariance. To address that, we propose three different categories of event-based constraints. The causal prerequisite constraints specify what are the necessary prerequisites that need to be processed at least once before other events. Terminal constraints remove the possibility of further changes to an entity. And the last category relies on detecting events within the stream window and enforcing one of possible actions, like swapping order of the events. And along with this categorization, we propose stream constraints, a stream processing solution implemented on top of Kafka streams that allows for defining the event-based constraints and transforming the stream in order to make it compliant with the definition. The demonstration is based on one of the identified harmful scenarios in Lakeside Mutual, an open source repository that provides insurance services. The policy management microservice runs a periodical job that retrieves all the expired insurance quotes from its own data store, and for each of them sends an expiration event to the customer microservice. However, the expiration process might be interleaved with the customer accepting the provided quote that results in producing a policy creation event. And if both events are generated and the expiration event is consumed first by the customer microservice, then the policy creation cannot be executed. And therefore, the customer is not aware that the policy was actually created in the policy management. And to prevent that, we apply stream constraints directly in the customer microservice. This is an example of Kafka streams topology that consumes two Kafka topics with the mentioned events. And stream constraints additionally applies the constraint method. In this scenario, we define a single window constraint that detects expiration event before the policy creation event within a window of 10 seconds and applies the drop before action, so discarding the expiration event. The main definition additionally defines the redirect topic that is used for discarded events and the linking function that is used to correlate events. So in this scenario, by using the insurance quote ID. So the actual scenario consists of customer creating an insurance quote that can be then responded in the policy management by an employee that provides some numbers, but additionally specifies expiration date. Let's set it for the next minute. And now the customer can accept the offered quote just before the expiration date. And in the Kafka consumers, we can see that both policy created events were generated for the ID of 51, but also the insurance quote expired event was generated. But by applying the stream constraint, this window has been detected and the expiration event has been redirected to the redirect topic, discarded expiration events.